Welcome, seekers. You have made it to the Tarot Magicians channel. If you are a subscribed member, then welcome back. And if you're not, consider subscribing to receive more future tarot readings like this one in the future. Today we are going to be answering the question, what makes you attractive? I am going to go into detail about what are the qualities that people find most appealing about you. Now, before we get started with our selections, I want to bring to light that I am currently offering private readings. If you are interested in a private reading, please go through my Etsy store. The link is down below. Thank you. So in front of you, you have three groups. You have group number one, and this is the Dragon Seer Stone for group one. This is group number two, and you have the Labradorite Moonstone. And then we have group number three, and we have here the Turquoise Stone. Okay, so go ahead and make your selection. I am going to include the timestamps in the description below. Thank you, seekers. See you in your groups. Welcome, group number one, to today's Pick a Card tarot reading, where we are going to answer what makes you attractive. I'm going to go into great detail about the qualities that people find appealing about you. Now, before we get started, I do want to remind you, seekers, to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Also, please support me on Patreon. I do have a Patreon. If you do sign up for it, you will unlock many benefits, weekly readings, and you'll also be entered for a chance to win a free private reading with me. That's a monthly raffle, so take advantage of that. Join me on Patreon. All right, seekers, so let's go ahead and get started. In front of you, you have a card from the Wild Wisdom Fairy Oracle. All right, and it's going to represent the theme of today's reading. Let's take a look. All right, so you've got the Silver Sisters. All right, it's time to take protection from toxic thoughts and energy. The Silver Sisters are truly a magical card. And also, the fact that you've got the Dragon Seer Stone is definitely something to talk about. You know, the Dragon Seer Stone is the stone that a lot of mystics used. You know, this is definitely the stone of the seers. This is the stone of the people that were able to talk about prophecies. And, you know, it's definitely a very powerful indication that people, when they look at you, they see magic. They see someone magical. They see someone who potentially is, you know, very spiritual, but ultimately what they pick up on is the magic within you. It's the fact that you, whenever you're around, something seems to happen that they can't explain. Potentially, it is your ability to pick up on things. You know, so one of your best qualities is that you say something to someone, and sometimes it actually does happen. Right, and sometimes that's scary for people, and that's where the magical part of you really comes out. People are really taken aback by it. You know, people are, you know, to the point where they ask themselves, does magic really exist? Is this person the personification or the representation of that magic? You know, it's like with the Silver Sisters, what we have is this energy of blissfulness, this energy of newness, this energy also of purity. Silver is a very elegant color. It's the color of, I feel it's a color of transformation. It's the color of higher thought. It's just a very refined type of color. And so what I feel that people see is also this sense of wonder about you. So let's go ahead and throw some tarot. We're going to use the Star Tarot. Let's go ahead and shuffle. Okay. What is it that people find attractive about you? All right. All right, all right, all right. So, we've got some nice cards here that are going to give us a lot of information. So, the first thing that I'm noticing with these cards is that, you know, people are really shocked by you. Okay, people are very surprised by you. People respect you. They see you as some kind of guide, or they see you as someone who they can count on, who they can inform of things or share a secret with. You're the kind of person that can help remove some kind of blockage, mental energy, or anything that just is hindering people. So you are very useful, you're very helpful, and people see that, right? People really do see that. So that is something that makes you very attractive. The fact that you are there, and when you're there, there's an energy of leadership from you. There's an energy of everything's going to be okay. Everything is going to just work out fine. They are here, right? So, you know, let's take it card by card. So with the Seven of Swords, I see that leadership, right? I see that ability to move forward and to assist people. So with the Seven of Swords, what you have is a hind. And this hind is showing up to help the weary traveler into a sense of knowing and also into a place of understanding. So this Seven of Swords is a representation of you. We have this hind showing up in white. You know, our theme is this white kind of light theme here with the Silver Sisters. So purity is big here with this in this reading, right? So that's what they see in you. People want to follow you because they see purity. They see, when they look at you, they see something that they can trust, right? So that's very important to them. You know, it's like they see someone who they can put their worries in front of their feet. So what you see with the Seven of Swords is that all of the people that have come across this hind have taken their swords and laid it in front of the hind. And the hind is pretty much beckoning them to follow it. So the fact that we have this surrender of thought, we have this surrender of any kind of negative ideas or ideologies at the feet of this hind is an indication that people really, really, really admire you for your way of thinking. They admire you for the words that you choose to utter. They just admire you. And so this is something that is very attractive about you. All right. Now, one thing that I am also seeing here, there's a sense of beauty about you as well. So, you know, the Silver Sisters glow, right? That's why they're silver. That's why they've got that gown. That's why they have that dress. There's a sense of glow, right? So you are very beautiful physically. A big percentage of people, when they look at you, they are in many ways attracted by your physical beauty. You know, there's a sense of beautiful skin, beautiful, and I would say just very soft skin, right? And people are able to kind of look at that and say, wow, there's this glow from this person. And that glow is it's extremely attractive. Now, with the surrounding cards, you know, Ten of Wands, the Fool, the Hero of Wands, that's where I got the information of people just want to come and they want to tell you things. People trust you. You know, that this is where I got that information from. Ten of Wands, we have this kind of exhaustive energy where people want to get rid of it, right? People don't want to keep walking down this exhausting path with the Fool reversed. And it's almost like they see you and they know that you are going to be able to, in some ways, assist with that load. And they come to you and they seek assistance from you. And they know that they can trust you in every way, which is why we've got the Four of Swords reversed. And I feel that with the Four of Swords reversed, that's the end of anxiety. That's the end of worry. That's the end of just feeling like things are not going to be okay. You know, this is reaching the conclusion to a very difficult and rough time. So yeah, you know, this is what the tarot is telling us. Let's go ahead and get more information from the oracle cards. We're going to start with the language of flowers. So let's go ahead and see what your flower is. We're going to start shuffling and we're going to throw. All right. So again, you know, we've got an energy here of understanding, right? This is very interesting, just to kind of continue on. So people see you and they kind of know, okay, this person is someone that I can talk to. You know, this person is very, very understanding, which is why you've got this card, Scarlet Paintbrush, right? You are a very understanding person, and people are extremely attracted to that. Okay. All right, so let's continue this. We're going to continue with the Oracle cards. Let's continue with the Through the Eyes of the Soul Oracle. Let's try and gain a little more information from this Oracle deck about what people essentially find attractive about you. All right, so we've got here retreat into nature, solitude. All right, I like that. So another thing that people really find attractive about you is that you are not a follower, you are a leader, right? It takes a leader, it takes someone with a strong mental mind and agility to make the decision to follow their own course, right? You are not a follower, you are a leader, you are a trendsetter, you are someone who essentially is worthy of being followed, right? The two wolves by the side give me this energy of Odin, and Odin is definitely the leaders of warrior. Odin, it makes selections of warriors to join in his vast army, and so I feel like you are in many ways a blessing to many people, but you choose to be by yourself. You choose to be alone. You probably do this because you understand that this is what makes you happiest. This is what's going to fulfill you, and so that is what makes you a strong leader. The fact that you know what you want and you go after it. You know, you don't shy away from that. You are your own queen or king, right? So that is a very beautiful quality, right? You don't take anything from anyone. Awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and throw another oracle. Let's see. We're going to throw an oracle from the Goddess of Love. All right, the Goddess of Love oracle. Let's see what we get here. Journey. Look at this. So your life is a sacred gift. This is interesting. You know, I keep getting this energy here, on top of the fact that you are very physically beautiful. I think that that definitely plays a role, but your most interesting and attractive feature is it's your spirit, right? It's your ability to just be yourself. It's your desire to want to change, to expand, to reach new heights of glory. That is something that is very enticing to the people around you. It's something that they can rally around. You know, you are a leader and a representative of that kind of energy. And that is something that is very enticing to people. So now we've got another card here, you know, that talks about journeying, that talks about stepping out into the unknown and coming back a victor, right? After the retreat into nature and solitude, right? We have that journey, and then we have understanding. So it's like you are someone that you're very wise, you're very knowledgeable, very intelligent. People love that. And the reason why you're that way is because you follow the beat of your own drum. You go after the things that you want to go after, right? And so when you come back, it's like you're enlightened. You're filled with understanding. You're filled with a sense of true knowing. And so this knowing is something that people are in 100% attracted to, right? In a world where we have all this recycled information and too much entertainment, you are this breath of fresh air where you are interested in things that people just are not interested in. You're interested in the deeper parts of life. You're interested in knowing things that maybe would mystify people or confuse people, but you have this ability to go into those dark depths of not knowing and mystery and find the solution within. And so that's what truly makes you powerful, and that power is something that people are very attracted to and makes you extremely attractive. So your life is a sacred gift. We have this message from the beautiful Goddess of Love. Wow. All right, so we're going to keep these oracle cards coming. Let's go ahead and throw a gratitude oracle. Let me show you the box. Gratitude oracle by Angela Hartfield. And we're going to see what we get here. Let's shuffle. All right, so we have got presents. Interesting. Presents. This is a very interesting card. And I feel like, with this card, what we have is that, again, we go right back to the beginning of the reading. It's like Spirit is taking us back there to relive and recount what essentially has already been informed. And with this presence card, what I see here is you and your energy. When you are in a room, people know you're there. You make your presence known. So it's like you are someone that comes from the abyss, from the dark, and it's almost like if when you show your face, people can't help but look. People can help but stare. People can help but see, because they know that there's a deepness there. They know that there's more there. They know that there's this knowledge that they want to kind of tap into. They want to get to know you. They want to take from you. And so that might actually be a bit intimidating for you. I feel that one of the reasons why you retreat into nature and solitude is because people demand too much of you, right? People, and how can they not, right? I mean, look at the Silver Sisters, look at this energy that we have here with these oracles and these tarot cards. You are truly very magnetic in many ways, so whenever people are confronted with that magnetic kind of energy, they are attracted to you very powerfully. But the problem is that, they just drain you. They drain your energy. And you need to retreat. You need to go into nature. You need to go and have your solitude. You need to go on your own journey of self-exploration. And, ideally it's because you know that that's where your power lies. That's what makes you content, complete, But yeah, people just find your presence truly illuminating. And when you are around, there is no denying. There's almost like this scent, right, that comes out of you. And it's almost like this scent of flowers. And the reason why I say that is because we have a lot of flower symbolism in this reading. And now we have here this this scene of a representation of you, essentially, surrounded by flowers, right? And so I feel like people are just really inspired, or not really inspired, but I think I've already said inspired. I'm trying to look for the ideal word. People are taken aback by you in a very strong way. They're just taken aback by your presence, and they just want to know more. With the presence card, we also have fairies all around. So we go right back to the beginning of the reading. There's magic with you. There's magic all around you. And the things that you choose to talk about, the things that you choose to communicate to people is just so inspiring and so beautiful and so different, right? What I'm seeing here is someone that's different. You aren't the same carbon copy of all of what we keep seeing in the world, right? You're not that carbon copy of that kind of plastic, fake kind of person. You're real. You're someone who will tell people their truth. You're someone that will give people their space, absolutely, and respect them. But at the same time, you are not going to follow blindly. You are going to lead from a place of true power and understanding. And that is something that is missing in today's world. And you do it so graciously, so beautifully, that people are just inspired by it. And with the Dragon Seer Stone, we have vision. Okay, we have someone that has vision. So you are someone who maybe you're presented with some kind of problem, or you're presented with a situation. You will find a solution to the situation. Like, you will find a way out of that, right? And so the fact that you have that ability to do that is just so attractive as well. All right, so that is what I see here, group number 1. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I want to remind you, seekers, that I am offering private readings at this time. If you are interested in a private reading, you will have to go through my Etsy store. The link is going to be in the description below. And support me on Patreon. Sign up for it. You will get exclusive weekly readings that you'll be able to unlock if you sign up to my Patreon. Also, you'll be entered for a chance to win a free private reading if you become a Patreon. So join me on Patreon, join that inner circle. You can send me direct messages, I will respond back. So looking forward to seeing you there. Thank you, seekers. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Let me know in the comments section below if you did, and if you have any ideas. I want to talk to you and connect with you. Thank you, and bye-bye. Welcome, group number 2, to today's Pick a Card Tarot reading, where we're going to answer the question, what makes you attractive? Now, before we get started, I do want to remind you to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button as well for me. Sign up to my Patreon, seekers. You will unlock exclusive weekly readings there. So sign up to my Patreon. The link is down below. Thank you. Now, in front of you, you have a card from the Fairy Oracle deck. All right, now this Fairy Oracle card is going to represent just the theme of your reading. So let's go ahead and take a look. Little Baby Blue, okay. This reads, Dreams Come True, Return of the Soul. All right, Little Baby Blue. This is interesting. So what I think, when I look at this card, what I feel that people see in you is someone who's very transformative. I think that you are someone who's very accepting. You are someone who is easy to talk to. You know, you definitely accept different ideas, and you are changeable, right? Just like the butterflies in this illustration, and then the baby is essentially a butterfly as well. There's a sense of transformation. So, you know, you are transformative in just your way of thinking. Also, I feel with Little Baby Blue, people see an innocence in you. You know, they see youthfulness, they see this exuberance, they see playfulness, they see wonder, right? All of the beautiful things when you look into when you look at a baby, right? It's definitely something that's a beautiful experience. And so I feel that another thing that they see when they look at you is that you are in some ways very soulful. And that soulfulness translates into good taste in music. You know, it translates into having the ability to perceive certain things about other people. And so all these characteristics, all of these things are very attractive to people. Also, you are very positive, right? Dreams come true is a part of this card. So I feel that people look at you and they say, wow, this person is just very positive. They are in many ways people who want what's best for the world, and they want what's best for themselves. There's this very transformative kind of energy about this person, and it is very inspiring. It is very attractive. So interesting. Let's go ahead and throw some tarot. We're going to throw some Star Tarot, and we're going to see what the Star Tarot reveals about you and what makes you attractive. Let's take a look. Alright, so here we go. Okay. Wow, so we've got a lot of queens here, okay? This is interesting. We've got a lot of queens, and we have the Queen of Queens. We've got the Empress as well. So that's very interesting, very interesting. All right, so first, let's start with the Empress, right? So this is a very beautiful kind of energy here. The Empress is beautiful in every way, right? This is the ultimate symbol of beauty. Physical beauty, but internal beauty. And so the Empress is alive. The Empress is a nurturer. The Empress is in many ways filled with love. and she is very abundant as well. So when people look at you, what they find most attractive about you is your presence, and not only your presence, but your physical beauty as well. So my goodness, I mean, with the Empress is just, it's the totality of beauty. The Empress is the representation of beauty. So this is very powerful because it's essentially telling you that everything about you is really attractive, right? So all we have to do is just kind of list everything that makes a person attractive, and that essentially is you. And so we have also some outliers with the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Swords, which we will talk about. But with the Ace of Swords and the Four of Swords, we have also a representation of what people find most appealing when they talk to you and when they're around you, and that is your easiness. That's your ability to de-stress people. It's your ability to connect with people. So with the Four of Swords, what we have is anxiety, right? The fact that we've got it reversed talks about anxieties and worries and maybe even a little depression. But the fact that we have it in what makes you attractive reading tells me that you're able to get rid of those things in people, right? You're able to dispel this. So people are attracted to you because it's like whenever they're talking to you, whenever they're around you, whenever they're surrounding you, you are able to energetically, almost magically, with your words, bring them to a place of balance and stability, and just, they're able to just kind of dump their worries and their fears and their insecurities at your feet, and you'll just stomp on them, right? There's no worries, there's no fears while we're around. Also, with the Queen of Swords, the Ace of Swords, we have this keen mind, right? We have this very intelligent kind of person. And we have a strong representation here of the divine female. So a lot of the people that pick this group are representing our divine females. Because, you got the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and you got the Empress. So we've got here the Queen of Swords. And what I feel is that you are very intelligent. People are very attracted to your mind. People are very attracted to the way that you think. The Queen of Swords doesn't only think, she essentially also speaks. She's very good with speech, right? So she's a thinker and a speaker, a writer, everything. So this Queen of Swords is in many ways very insightful, right? So when people come around you, you can have a conversation. You can talk about certain ideas, play with those ideas, and create something completely new out of those ideas. And so it's like people can have a conversation with you, they can learn from you, they can receive constructive criticism from you, and they can just really blend many elements together to form something truly dynamic. And so we see that with the Ace of Swords, right? We see that idea generation, we see the mind essentially being sparked to a new form of thinking, or a new communication, or a new creative project or outlet. It's like when people are around you, they start thinking, their mind starts essentially coming up with solutions and ideas, and and this is what you kind of bring. You are very intelligent. You are someone who people want to speak to because you're very intelligent. But at the same time, you have this kind of like, baby quality to you. And that baby quality is very important because there's a youthfulness there that people love about you. So not only are you very intelligent, very astute, very mature, and, you are also very baby, very babyish, right? So people really, really enjoy that. They find it to be a very kind of relaxing combination, which is why you've got the Four of Swords, right? Four of Swords just puts people at ease, right? You don't stress people out, and it's because your baby qualities just bring into balance this very keen and intelligent mind of yours. So you are the perfect balance of the two, which is why you are the Empress, right? And we already said it, right, from the very beginning of the reading. You are the Empress. The Empress is the personification of beauty. It's the complete representation of attractiveness, right? That's one of the key words that is associated with the Empress, meaning is attractiveness, attraction, right? This is an energy of complete beauty. And you got it. In this reading, you got the card. So essentially, when people see you, they see everything. They see just the complete representation of beauty in all of its glory and beautiful forms. And so, again, the outliers, there's always outliers. Number one, your mind. That is an outlier. That is definitely something that people really talk about. It's like, wow, she's so smart. Or wow, he's so smart. Wow, they are so smart, right? That's what people really talk about and focus in on, because your mind is that sharp and keen. And then we have here the Queen of Wands. And this is another very interesting card, because what do you see when you look at this queen, right? Magnetism. You see dynamism. You see leadership. You see ability, right? You see passion. You see potential, right? That's what the Queen of Wands is essentially representing. Also, there's a sense of using words for leadership abilities and people wanting to follow that. So the Queen of Wands is in every way someone who is very, very, very magnetic. And so the second outlier is your fire and your ability to inspire people. So, with the Queen of Swords, she has these wonderful ideas, right? And she's very smart and intelligent, and she can articulate it and present it to a group of people and for judgment, right? And ultimately she will always win over the people there, because she is just this beautiful vastness of knowledge and understanding. But with the Queen of Wands, what you have is a rally cry. What you have is true fire and passion, right? Where with the Queen of Swords, you have this kind of logical conclusion to things. With the Queen of Wands, what you have is dynamism and fire and the wanting to actually make this happen. So, you have this way about you where you can present an idea and inspire people so dramatically to rise up and actually follow through on these things. And so you are a natural leader, and in many ways your beauty is, my goodness, so it's very radiant. Group number 2, you are extremely radiant, and it's just so it's really truly beautiful. It really is. So let's go ahead and throw a oracle card. We're going to see what your flower is. So we're going to throw the Language of Flowers oracle, and we are going to see what your flower is. Potential. See? Potential. This is the Himalayan blue poppy. So potential. So what were we talking about, right? With the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Wands, we were talking about, if we can just kind of simplify this, we were talking about potential. And so people see that in you. They see the potential for true greatness, right? Now, potentially, the fact that we did get this little boy blue, I get the feeling that maybe a lot of you are on the younger side. So that's why there's that potential, right? Where people just see you and say, wow, this person is young, but they are going to be truly, truly powerful and very dynamic, right? Once they are able to fully express themselves, once they're able to fully go out in the world, they're going to be truly, truly dynamic. So there's this potential for true greatness that lies inside of them. And people are very inspired by that. All right, so let's go ahead and throw some more oracle cards. We're going to throw an oracle card from the Gratitude Oracle. Okay, so let's go ahead and shuffle. Let's see what we get. Patience, look at that. So another very beautiful quality that people really find attractive about you is that you are someone who's patient, and also you preach patience, right? So a lot of people don't have this quality. A lot of people, they can't essentially tap into this. Some people are, that's their biggest problem, right? They want things to happen right now. And obviously, sometimes it's normal for us to grow in patience sometimes, and and want things to materialize quicker for us. But when people look at you, it's like they see someone who has a plan, right? Queen of Swords, you have a plan, you know what you want, and you're following through on it, right? So it's like they see the patience, and they see the fact that you are going to do everything, every step precisely as you need to do it in order to have the end of this, which is optimal success results, right? So very beautiful there. All right, and we're going to go ahead and keep the oracle cards coming. Let's go ahead and throw Through the Eyes of the Soul. We're going to throw just one Through the Eyes of the Soul. And we're going to see what people essentially find attractive about you. What else? What else can you reveal to us, Spirit? Look at that. Shifts happen. Stabilize your energy fields. Look at this. This is a very beautiful card. So again, in control, right? This is another thing that people see in you. Again, Empress, Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands energy. It beckons control. It beckons understanding. It talks about that. It represents it very beautifully, very dynamically. So the fact that now we have this oracle card talking about stabilizing your energy fields, it's like you have mastered the ability to essentially let go and visualize that success. It's like there's a knowing inside of you when you are communicating with people, when you are walking in this world. You know you're going to be great. You know things are going to go your way. And so energetically, it's like you're vibrating in this kind of higher frequency because you yourself know and feel that you are truly beautiful and that you are truly great, right? So the fact that you know these things, people look at you and say, my goodness, there's this energy about this person, right? So that's why stabilizing your energy fields. There is literally an energy field around you that people observe and are just taken aback by, right? So, an energy is really not something that you can observe. It's more something that you can feel. So when people are around you, they feel this, right? They feel this stability. They feel that shift. And it kind of results in them just letting their guard down. Again, Four of Swords energy, not feeling anxious, not feeling like things are going to, go sour, or, not feeling suspicious about you at all. You're just someone who's very stable, and they pick up on that. And in many ways, they give you information that you don't ask for. You might be that kind of person. People just want to come and talk to you and tell you things, right? You probably have had that happen to you many times, and it's because people just feel safe around you. All right, so let's go ahead and throw another card. This is from the Goddess of Love Oracle deck. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what we have here. Shuffle, 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 and throw. Safety. Look at that. You are held. Safety. This is a beautiful card from the Goddess of Love Oracle. What this card is essentially saying is that people feel safe around you. People feel like you are a loving person that is going to, in many ways, protect them if they ever need protection, right? We all want to be loved, right? And it's like when people look at you, they know this person, if given the opportunity, they will love me. They will care for me. They are that kind of person, right? Very nurturing, very motherly in some ways. And I say motherly because there's just such an overabundance of the representation of female here, right? We've got so much divine femininity representing this this reading, that's pretty overwhelming. So people really see in you a nurturer. Obviously you don't have to be female to be a nurturer, but that is a quality that they see, right? They see a nurturer. They see someone that has this potential to just love, and love very deeply and beautifully. Okay? Which is probably why you got that baby, that little boy Blue, at the very beginning, right? So that is what I see here. Group number 2, thank you so much for watching. Just want to remind you, Seekers, that I am offering private readings at this time. You will have to go through my Etsy store to place that private reading order. Also, sign up to my Patreon seekers. I'm offering exclusive readings every single week just for patrons only. So don't miss out on those. Become a patron today. Also, you will be entered into the raffle. I'm doing raffles for my patrons, and the winner gets a free private reading with me. So I do that raffle every single month. So join so that you can take advantage of that. All right. So thank you, seekers. Love you guys. Thank you so much for your beautiful words, for your comments. I've been writing back to your comments. So write down below. Let me know if you have any ideas, what you thought about this reading. I'm interested in hearing from you. Thank you once again, and bye-bye. Welcome, group number 3, to today's Pick a Card Tarot reading, where we will answer the question, what makes you attractive? Now, before we get started, just want to remind you, seekers, to subscribe to the channel for more Pick a Card videos like this, and also sign up to my Patreon. You will have access to exclusive weekly readings. You sign up to my Patreon. Also, you'll be entered for a chance to win a free private reading with me. I do those raffles every single month. So join me in Patreon. The link is down below. Thank you, seekers. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So the very first card here is from the Fairy Oracle, the Wild Wisdom of the Fairy Oracle, and it's just going to represent the theme of this reading. Let's take a look. Haha, look at that. You've got Acorn's Invitation, Touch, Exchange, Connection. Wow. Wow. All right, so this is I'm not gonna lie, right? There's a little fire there, right? It's a little fiery energy. So people, when they look at you, they see someone who's very attractive, right? The fact that we've got words like touch, the fact that we have words like connection, right? There's a sense of people wanting to connect with you, and essentially get very sexual with you very early on. Obviously this isn't that kind of reading, but that is what people most essentially find attractive about you. So you are very sexy, is what I'm trying to say. You have that sexy quality to you, and so people see you and they immediately want to talk to you, right? Because there's a sexiness about you. So they want to connect with you, they want to exchange numbers with you, they want to essentially date you, right? So I think that you, group number 3, you're someone that has potentially had many followers, or many suitors, or just many people that have offered themselves to you. And so I almost get this feeling that you've had to make a selection, right? Or you've had to avoid certain people and certain connections because there's just an abundance of it. Or if there hasn't been, you've noticed people looking at you, and you've noticed that people really maybe tend to stare just a bit too long, and that's because you are extremely sexy, right? There's a sexiness element to you, and it's just extremely attractive to people, and they physically want to touch you. So interesting card. Let's go ahead and throw some tarot, and let's see what else. So we're gonna throw some star tarot. By the way, you also picked the turquoise, right? The turquoise stone, and there is definitely a very beautiful element to the turquoise stone, because it's just such a beautiful color. Me personally, it is my favorite color, so it's interesting that you got that card as your theme, because people see that beauty radiating out of you, and they find it very sexy. All right, look at that, Ace of Cups. All right, 2 of Cups. Oof. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and organize this, and let's talk. What makes you attractive? Very interesting cards here. So the first card was the Ace of Cups. That's the first card out. And immediately, when you look at this Ace of Cups here, what you see is this sense of love, right? There's pure love. There's this strong presence of beauty, right? The cups always represent beauty. And there's this sense of just fragility, but fragility that's in some ways gentle and soothing. And so with the Two of Cups, we have that almost illustrated beautifully, right? So we've got a representation of just complete and utter love and beauty. There is definitely, when people look at you, right? When people see you, when people look into your eyes, they want a life with you, right? Obviously, there is a little bit of lust there, which is that sexy element right there. So you do have a lot of people that will lust after you. That it doesn't really truly represent the full totality of love. It's just the beginning stages of love developing. But it's like you've been there with people quite often. And so people just look at you and they see someone who is just so beautiful, right? Physically beautiful. That's the first thing that people notice about you. That is your outlier. You have a lot of physical beauty. People love your hair. People love your facial features. People love the way that you potentially dress and carry yourself. Also, they like that you are someone who's very giving and very loving. I think that, with the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups, you are someone who loves very genuinely, very beautifully. I think that you worry about people. Potentially you always want to make sure that people are heard, understood, loved, and cared for. So there is an element of you that says, I care. And that is very attractive, right? You are in some ways the full package when it comes to care and love and sexiness. And that is something that's very, very enticing. Also with the Prince of Swords, another thing that's very interesting about you is the way that you speak. And I think that it surprises people. And the reason why I think that it surprises people is because you are so beautiful physically, and you are just so sexy that people don't expect that from you. For some reason, with the Justice card reversed, the Eight of Cups also showing here, it's almost like if people don't expect for you to be so smart and so articulate. And you are very, very articulate, very smart. You're able to, in some ways, excel. It's like you can present ideas very, very correct. And all right, so let's go ahead and see. With the Prince of Swords is what I'm essentially focusing on here when I say these things. With the Prince of Swords, what you have is a person that can debate, a person that goes after what they truly believe in, and they don't mind having difficult conversations with people and challenging people on what they believe in. But at the same time, you do it with so much love and so much care. It doesn't come out as a debate or as a challenge. It's more of an understanding, a growing, a development, right? So you know how to have a conversation, and that is very attractive about you. Now, the comment that I made about people not expecting this from you is, I feel, with the Justice card reverse and the Eight of Cups upright, one of the ways that we can look at this is that people are in some ways biased, right? For some reason there's this bias out there that people think that very beautiful and sexy people aren't all that smart, right? And so that's why when they look at you, they are surprised by the fact that you are actually very smart. You are very articulate. You are very sharp, okay? Sharpness. That's what the Prince of Swords represents, sharpness. And so, to further illustrate this, you've got the two ravens, and anytime you have these two ravens, what you can essentially tie those two ravens to is the Odin lore, right? Odin had two ravens. One of them was thought, and the other one was memory. And those things are something that you use very well, right? This is an ability of yours that you can just really think about very difficult topics, come up with a solution, and communicate that solution very effectively. And people are very, 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 very surprised by that for some reason, right? And that reason is because you're just so sexy and so beautiful. They don't expect it from you. So you are like a triple threat, Okay, you are a triple threat. You are sexy, very beautiful physically, right? People are very captivated by that. Also, you are someone who's filled with love and care, and you're someone who just loves people very deeply, and that is extremely attractive. And then you have the mind. You're very, very sharp, and so that is very interesting as well. Also, you are honest. Okay, so with the Justice card reversed, another very important quality about you is that you are honest with people. Sometimes you're very brutally honest, which is why we've got the Eight of Cups upright. But we'll talk about that now. So you are honest. You know, the Justice card talks about it. Honesty talks about just speaking from a place of truthfulness, right? You don't hide the truth. Also, you are someone who maybe you're seen as a bit judgmental, but at the same time, that's attractive because you want to do what's right. Okay, and you're not someone who will just be led to do something that potentially someone is trying to manipulate you into. You'll do your research. You'll invest the right time and energy into making the right decision for yourself and the people around you, right? And you always make your decisions filled with love, and that is just so enticing, right? So attractive. So yeah, you do things from a place of honesty. Now, the Eight of Cups is what I was talking about. When we look at the Justice card and then we look at the Eight of Cups, essentially what we have is a little bit of darkness, right? And then the rising towards the star. And what this symbolizes is going through some very bad emotions and having to essentially experience life a certain way before reaching your ultimate good, right? And so how this materializes into this reading is that people are in some ways sometimes offended by what you say because you are so honest, right? People nowadays, they don't expect honesty, right? They expect plasticity. They expect fakeness. They don't expect honesty. They expect for you to be fake with them. If they have to change or if they have to do something and it's so blatantly obvious, they don't want to hear from you or anyone, right? So you are not like that. You will communicate what you see because you know what's best in some ways, right? And so you want to be able to help them and you want to be able to do it with love. Now, why is this attractive? Why is this so attractive? Well, because you have a way of doing it and offering your hand and offering advice and offering the truth with complete and utter love. You show up for people. You don't just abandon them. You're not that kind of person that says the truth, speaks the truth, and then you just kind of walk away, right? You say the truth, you speak the truth, but you stay there. And you want to see the result, the end result of this. It's like there's a problem. We're both going to work together to fix this. I'm going to be present. I'm going to be available. You do your part. I do my part. No one is perfect. We're all humans, but we're going to work together and we're going to correct this, right? So there's an element of just, there's an element of honor with you. There's an element of going through this dark night of the soul, going through this darkness together and reaching the end together. And so immediately people are just so, turned on by it, right? They're inspired by it because you are blatantly honest and they know that you're being honest and they know that you're being in some ways helpful. And so, you just don't come off as some kind of narcissist or some self-absorbed person. You don't come off as that. You come off as someone who really, truly, genuinely wants to help because you're filled with love and care for people. So that is something that people find very, very attractive about you. You are someone who will speak the truth. You're not fake. All right. Nobody likes a fake person, deep down inside. I mean, obviously we live in a fake society. Everything is fake. There really is nothing genuine anymore. Everything is borderline just fake. And we kind of celebrate that, right? We celebrate that fakeness. You have people that worship movie stars. You have people that, are just, unfortunately, it's the society that we live in. I'm not going to touch on that right now. I'm going down a rabbit hole. This is about you. But, in a society that values fakeness, you are a breath of fresh air. You are a breath of enlightenment. And so you are the reminder that there is something truly dynamic out there. There is something truly beautiful out there. You are the reminder of how things should work, how things should operate. You are that breath of fresh air. And so that's why, your honesty is very attractive. The fact that you can speak truth, even though it might hurt people, but at the same time, it's truth that's going to help people reach a place of true prosperity. Very attractive. We have the Prince of Swords. Your mind, your keen mind, your sharp words, your intelligence, very attractive. Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, someone who's very sexy, someone who's just filled with love for people, love for everyone around them. You love your friends, you love your family, you love them very deeply. People who are there for you, you are there for them back. There's a sense of honor. There's a sense of loyalty about you, true loyalty. Then with the acorns is invitation, touch, exchange, connection. You're extremely sexy, right? You're extremely sexy to people. So, my goodness, very beautiful reading so far. We're going to throw some oracles. Let's find out what your flower is. So we're going to throw a card from the language of flowers. Let's see what your flower is. Hope. All right. So thank you, Spirit. Now we're able to further, clarify what I meant down here, because I felt that, it needed to be done. Thank you, Spirit. So you are someone who is just filled with hope. And at the same time, you can give hope to people, right? So your honesty, the fact that you are so blatantly honest, gives people hope, right? Because it's like when you speak, you not only focus on the downfalls, and you not only focus on the limitations, but you focus on what could be. And so when people come into your presence and people are around you, they're immediately kind of just turned on by this hopefulness, right? It's like, wow, this person has just filled me up with so much hope. I know that I can do this. And the beautiful thing about you with this Two of Cups is that you are there. You're present and available if they need help, if they need a guiding light, if they need you in any way, you are there. You are that friend and that family member and that lover that shows up, right? That's beautiful. All right, so let's go ahead and keep this going. We're going to throw a card from Through the Eyes of the Soul. We're just going to go ahead and throw one card and see what else is attractive about you. All right, so we've got here purifying your surroundings. All right, and you've got representation of the divine masculine and the divine feminine, which is interesting. All right, so with these cards, with this card, what I am seeing is that you are someone who really cares about your surroundings, right? You are someone who's clean, and that is very attractive. So I wouldn't be surprised if the people that picked this group, your house is looking nice right now. Like, I mean nice. You have things organized. You have things in a certain way. Maybe you have a little theme going. You have things where they should be. There's a sense of just organization with you. There's a sense of orderliness to you. And that is very attractive. Right? So you like to make sure that your surroundings are in order. And so, one of the reasons why that's so important and why that's so attractive is because when your living space is in order, it talks about your mental space as well. Mentally, you are also organized. You are also in order. If your living space is complete chaos, it's an indicator that mentally and emotionally there might be some chaos there as well. So that is very attractive. People find that extremely attractive. The fact that you just keep everything organized, and you like to have things clean more often than not. All right, so let's go ahead and throw a card from the Goddess of Love Oracle. Let's see what the Goddess of Love Oracle has to share with us today. Let's throw just one card. We've got here compassion. Look at that, compassion. You are loved unconditionally. That is beautiful. You are, my goodness, you are like the Aphrodite of this group of the three groups, and it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. So further representing the Two of Cups, the Ace of Cups. Now you've got the compassion card from the Goddess of Love Oracle. You are loved unconditionally. So yeah, you are someone who loves very deeply. And I think that you fall in love very deeply. And so that means that, when you look into someone's eyes, there's magic there. When you look into someone's eyes, your eyes tell them, I love you. And so that just melts people away. When you're able to just stare into another person's eyes and, just kind of transfer that message energetically, it melts them. And so, you are someone who has that quality about you. You are filled with love. You radiate love. That energy is constantly flowing outside of you. And so it's interesting, but I think that adds to your sexiness, right? That's what makes you sexy. That's what makes people want to touch you. That's what makes people want to connect with you, because you are, in many ways, you radiate that love. It just comes out of you. It's like energetically, vibrationally, it's just present. It's the energy surrounding you. And there's a sense of compassion, right? There's a sense of just meeting people that potentially are dispossessed or downtrodden, or going through a bad situation, and you coming in and helping or assisting in any way. And that is very attractive. All right, so we're going to throw one more Oracle card, and it's going to be from the Gratitude Oracle deck. All right, let's see. What's your final Oracle? Let's see. Possibilities. Okay, so you've got the Possibilities Oracle card. And so what this is essentially talking about is that you entertain many different possibilities. All right, so you are someone that, once you open up Pandora's box, there's just so much to you, right? And so you are open. You're a very open person. Like, you'll entertain different ideas, right? You're not closed-minded in any way. You're someone who is available to talk about anything with anyone, right? And you'll listen to what they have to say, and then at the end of it, you'll really think about it long and hard. And if you agree with it, perfect, right? If you don't, then you'll essentially find the possibilities within that way of thinking. And so that makes you very attractive, because you're someone who is constantly growing, right? You're not just stuck in a box. You're not just stuck in the same spot. You're constantly growing, shifting, changing, and that leads to endless possibilities for a person that has that kind of demeanor. All right, so my goodness, you are truly special, group number 3. I love doing this reading for you. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Just quick reminder, I am offering private readings at this time. So if you are interested in a private reading with me, the link is going to be in the description below. You do have to go through my Etsy store to place your order. Also, I am on Patreon, so sign up for my Patreon so you can unlock exclusive weekly readings only available to patrons. And also, if you sign up to my Patreon, you'll be automatically entered for a chance to win a free private reading with me. That raffle is done every single month. So go ahead and sign up so that you can be entered into that raffle and have that opportunity. Thank you, my beautiful seekers. Don't forget to comment down below. I want to hear from you. I want to hear what you have to say. And I've been responding to you seekers, and I've been writing back. So let me know down below in the comments section. Thank you. I love every single one of you. Bye-bye.